Live in Jim Miller's garden, Jim Miller's garden channel. I'm doing a quick evening uh, live stream, just looking things over, looking for things I need to do tomorrow, looking for in these pumpkins. I'm looking for new blossoms to pollinate, see if there's any pests cropped up. I'll go over here to these tomatoes. See if there's any problem there. I don't see any vines. I don't see anything sticking out where I have to put it back in the stall, in the fencing. It's getting pretty tall. I might have to add something to hold that in if it gets a few more feet higher. And here is some my third corn. You can see the beginning of the earbuds. So it'll be silking out probably next week. There's a lone one that's rather tall. So that's kind of interesting. And there's this squash over here that's a volunteer that came up in the watermelon patch. So I can have to keep that crowd, not the watermelons. And like I saw this morning, this little flower is gonna fail. There's something wrong with this pumpkin vine. So it may do something later in the year. Another tall tomato. I put a string at the very top to hold it in. It keeps on growing up. Make sure these tomatoes get a chance for some sun in the pumpkin patch. Well, I'm gonna, like tomorrow here in the toilet tomato, I think I'm gonna harvest these tomatoes that are getting ripe. They're looking ready. And I should try to get this little squash cut and taken in the house. Okay, I got a viewer. Someone's watching, yay, stay with me. You know, there's no new ripe ones on that bush Goliath. Okay, I'm gonna pour some water down this row tomorrow and give this corn it looks good. It hasn't been wilting. Just give it some more water tomorrow it's been pretty hot, and just to give it a little boost, it won't have to reach way down there for water as much. So that's a tomorrow thing. And I picked corn yesterday and we ate those 7 ears and it was good. And I decided to wait until tomorrow morning to pick more because it was very good corn, but these here can be a little bit riper, and I'll probably get maybe some like 20 ears tomorrow morning when I pick it. 15 to 20 possibly. See, these down here are probably not quite ripe. They pollinated slightly later, so I'll get a little bit more corn tomorrow. And here I'm going to try something with the sunflower. if I can get this tape. Oh boy, it's gonna be a little bit of an endeavor. All right. I'm gonna try to measure a sunflower.
5 feet. That should be enough. Okay, get up there. Jeez. Wow, that's a long way. Okay, it's 5 foot. This is a very good measurement.
It's 5 foot to this where this leaf comes out, so I can measure from the bottom. It looks like 5 more. Oh, come on, tape. Okay. Oh, come on. Don't mess up my stream. Okay. And someone's got on board here to watch. And it's 5 foot, about 2 inches below the stem or the leaf stem. So it's 10 foot, 2 inches. I thought it was towards 11, but that's rather tall. It may stretch up to 11 or so feet. This one's, it's getting fairly ripe. Got to watch for birds. I don't know what I'm going to do with this sunflower. It's not, it's probably where you can use it for seeds, for eating, but it's more of an oil seed. I may have to taste them when I pick it and see what it tastes like before I decide what to do. I may just hand it over to the chickens to have fun with it. And we went through here. These tomatoes are really growing in these pots. And there's a tomato down there. I probably should go look at it. It's a big Zac. And it's a big Zac. And it'll be ready to pick in a day or two. Let's see what's going on with this. And there was, where was that? I'm looking for that potato. There's a potato that came, there I see a potato leaf. A potato that came out of the compost. And I want to give it a chance. I might have to put a stick down and tie it to hold it up to give it a opportunity to bear potatoes underneath. It doesn't look like much, but give it a chance. And here's, well, that's, I'm gonna look at the front of this. Here's that volunteer onion. Well, it's an onion I missed last year, and it came up this year. It's got about, I think it's got 4 or 5 bulbs, so it'll have a good amount of onions to eat. Yeah, oh, there's a leaf in the way. But this volunteer sunflower came up from seed. and it's blooming. It's probably around 10 feet. It might be just a little bit short of 10 because that other one looks taller. So here is, I had some lettuce that came up after our snow. It was probably growing. I'm thinking it was probably growing before we had the snow in January, and the snow covered the ground and insulated it, and the little seedlings didn't freeze. So because I looked when I transplanted up here in just like mid-February, and that was only a few weeks after that snowstorm where it got to 3 below zero, and it's starting to about ready to flower. So I'm going to save the seed for it for planting next year. I could plant lettuce this fall, and if I have a spot or two, so just see how much seed I get from the lettuce, and plant some this fall if there's room somewhere. And lettuce will overwinter here in Tennessee, and you get a really ahead of things if you can probably harvest a little in the fall, and it'll overwinter and start growing in the spring when it starts getting warm. So I may try that. Here are these turkey craw beans, and I'm gonna pick them probably Tuesday morning. Give some of these smaller ones to get a little bit bigger. This one's certainly ready to pick, but I like to, on beans, I hate picking every day. I pick when there's just a good group of all different sizes. And I don't know what this flower is, but my wife has someone, a co-worker gave her a bunch of plants, and there were several in this line of that type, and I don't know what happened. A cold winter killed them, but there's only a couple left. And there's these other things that are like a daffodil that are white flowers. They're totally out. They're totally dormant now. And here's the white onions and the cabbage. Just looking for trouble. I'm looking for things. Almost looked like that onion grew today. Just looking for stuff that may be a problem, and I'll address tomorrow. I don't know, the squirrels were out today, and I'm just seeing if they did anything. Okay, and the tomatoes and the second corn, it's just gorgeous. Ears sticking out from everywhere, just gorgeous. And this end here is not the best lit area, but it looks like the other corn. It's certainly getting enough of everything it needs. And another big Zack tomato plant with, well, that one over here is getting pretty large. That one's going to be pretty good sized. Okay, that's the giant Marconi peppers. Those probably can be eaten at any time. And just tomatoes everywhere. These crowded ones are volunteers that I transplanted from a compost pile in the garden that sprouted tomatoes and squash, and I just put them all over. Okay. I pollinated this squash this morning. It actually grew a little bit today, so we'll find about 2-3 days if it's fertilized, because it'll get a lot larger. And just these squash and tomatoes, looking for trouble. Like this vine is getting in the potatoes. This vine here is want to keep it from climbing the fence. And I'm waiting to confirm a watermelon that's actually like, let's say it's marble size, to say, well, this one's going to be a watermelon. There's nothing really big yet, so just checking things out. Purple sweet potatoes, they love this kind of weather. First time I grew these, and I just wonder if they're starting to put on tubers or not. I don't know if they even bloom. I know nothing about sweet potatoes. I'm growing them though. So, end of the day, looking for trouble in the garden. Looking for bug damage on the cabbage. Looks good. There's no real damage that I can see. There's some pretty clouds at sunset. It was supposed to rain today. It rained around us in several places. I think there's a chance tomorrow. And I still got a good amount of water to use if it doesn't rain over the next week or two. So, all right. So that's, something I haven't shown. There's some tomatoes growing here in a crack in the wall. And this one's bloomed. I want to see, yeah. It's pollinated, I assume. And it may put on tomatoes here within a few days. There's tomatoes there. Some of these tomatoes, they'll just sit with a tiny tomato in the flower, where the flower was, and then there'll be a day like it just boom, it starts growing. So they're just hard to predict what will happen. And carrots. These are multicolored carrots. We already ate some in a stew, and they're pretty good. Nana had one raw and she loved it. They put it on Facebook. So, I mean, popular carrot. So this is it for the Jim Miller. Wait, I'm going to show one more thing. A couple more things. This is a pumpkin that's come out of there's two plants. It's come out of this grate, this drainage grate. Oh, that one ain't gonna make it, I don't think. Yeah, that one's getting getting rotten. So it tried to set a pumpkin and decided I don't have enough water or something. And here, off this little plant, looks like a little acorn squash growing. So it said, hey, I'm gonna bear fruit. The other one didn't. And here are the composting area. Lots of seeds end up down here, and there's a squash coming out for more sun. And here's a tomato that's blooming, coming out of here. So this squash, if it gets going down the driveway, it may put on a pumpkin or something. And this tomato is probably going to put tomatoes on within a week or two. So just whatever grows, and that's kind of a bonus if you get something out of unexpected. So this is just a quick stream here. I'm testing things. I didn't get a particular amount of, I got just a handful of views this morning, but the duration of the views was not all that bad, like 5 minutes. So some people were watching for a period of time. And I'm also doing the filming different on, I'm setting the camera to video horizontally, and I don't know, it gives you a better shot of the garden, but it may viewers might not like the way it looks and just go on and not watch it. So I'm working things out to see what you guys want to see, what you guys want to view and how to view it. So I may flop back to the vertical because they say it's like more user friendly from a viewer standpoint. So I try flipping back to that, because I did a video last week on Sunday. It got a significant amount of views. So going back to the vertical view of videoing may be something, or everybody's getting tired of my stuff. So I'm trying to educate and just show other gardeners what my garden looks like, and people that want to start a garden say, hey, it's some work, and you can keep it very inexpensive too. So, because I don't have a tiller, I did this without a tiller, just a shovel and a hoe. So this is the Jim Miller garden channel, and and there's fireflies out. Let's see, where is that? Where is he at? Where's someone? Now there's several out here. I don't know if they're visible on the screen. It's looking nice down here. My son complimented it looked like a fairy tale wonderland, this garden. So that was nice of him to say that. All right, I'm going to get out of here and get up early tomorrow. I got watering to do, and I think I got some corn, delicious corn to pick, to eat. My wife had an ear this afternoon, and she liked it. She likes hers a little bit less ripe, more sugary than starchy, so she enjoyed it, and I had corn too. All right, I'm gonna get out of here and go on and get up in the morning and just do some work. All right, signing off. I'm out.